The role of Captain America has been played by 6 different actors, so today let's rank them all from worst to best. Leave your ranking down below. How would you rank all 6 of the Captain America actors from worst to best? Coming in last place, Reb Brown. He starred in 2 made-for-television Captain America films, Captain America in 1979 and its sequel, Death Too Soon. These movies are really bad, so bad that it doesn't allow for Reb Brown to have any sort of personality. There's no charm to this character. You don't feel any of the heroic acts throughout these movies. The stunts are poorly edited. The dialogue is unengaging. So there is a lot of moments where we just don't get to know the character of Steve Rogers. We see that he puts on the suit and he has his shield, but there isn't enough to understand what he's going through. Him being determined, all that motivation that we've seen in other performances for Captain America. And Reb Brown is so dull within this role that we just can't find him to be all that likable in these 2 made-for-television films. Story's bad, the action's bad, and that really affects Reb Brown's performance and allowing for us to care about this character. Coming in 5th place, Matt Salinger. Matt Salinger was in the 1990 Captain America film that also had the Red Skull within this movie, and he's better than Reb Brown. We do get some motivation for him. We do feel the heroic acts and him being very patriotic, and there is more action involved in here, and it is a better film. It is a poorly made movie. At least it's entertaining to watch, but at least Matt Salinger attempts to give some personality to Steve Rogers within this film. I cared about his connection when he came back in the 90s and the government involved with a lot of things. At least there is enough in this film to where you care about his journey and seeing some sort of development for the character. Like I said, it isn't a very good movie and the performance is not the best thing ever, but at least there is enough to where you see that character start to grow within this movie and you start to understand certain decisions within the film in regards to the Red Skull and the government's involvement. So I like Matt Salinger within this film. He's fit for the role, but it isn't the best performance ever. Coming in 4th place, Dick Purcell. Dick Purcell was in the 1940s serial films. Instead of Steve Rogers, it was Grant Gardner, and there were 15 serial films. These were more heavy dialogue serial films. They were very limited on the action, but it's a good performance for being in the 1940s with the limited technology that they had and the budget and the limited resources. It's as good as it could be in the 1940s. It's not like a terrible performance by any means. So like I said, much more conversation and character interactions. We do feel that Dick Purcell is good as Captain America. Grant Gardner, not Steve Rogers, but he does convey all of the emotions and the heroic decisions and the attributes that we love for Captain America. Very limited, but it's much better than Matt Salinger and Reb Brown, mostly because there are so many serial films that we do get to see I sort of feel connected to the character. I did enjoy watching these serial films. I didn't include them in my Captain America ranking, but I did watch these serial films. But I started to really like Dick Purcell's performance, and he's very commanding in the role, but also quite likable as well. Coming in 3rd place, Wyatt Russell. Wyatt Russell as Captain America in the Falcon and Winter Soldier role. This is proven to be that you just can't give the role of Captain America to anybody. John Walker eventually took the super soldier serum, and you could see this complex storyline for John Walker is that he wanted to take on the role of Captain America. He was quite determined, very patriotic, embodied all of the characteristics of Captain America, but he was fighting with his PTSD and took things to the extreme routes. Eventually killed somebody with his shield, which led to him losing the position of Captain America. And so with all of these complex storylines, I do think that they handled that role of Captain America, John Walker, in a very realistic way, as somebody that was very eager to take on that role, but had a lot of demons within himself and quite didn't know how to navigate everything. And post Endgame, I think it was a smart move to bring that in, allowing for Sam Wilson to eventually take over Captain America, and seeing that you just can't allow anybody to become a superhero. You can't allow for anybody to take on these roles. And although I like John Walker and he took things in a very drastic route, the beginning of his transformation and the understanding of him as Captain America, I liked it, and I liked the route they were taking it, and I'm really curious to see what they do with him in Thunderbolts. He is a likable character despite some more drastic turns that he takes, and it's more of an aggressive Captain America. But his brief time as Captain America, it worked, and then eventually it did not work. Coming in second place, Anthony Mackie. When Anthony Mackie eventually took on the role of Captain America at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and now has his own film, Brave New World, I think he was the right choice to take on Captain America. And at the end of Endgame, I expected Bucky to take on the role of Captain America, but I really like that relationship between Sam Wilson and Steve Rogers, to the point where I was totally on board with having Sam Wilson be Captain America. He is very determined, he's motivated, he cares about a lot of people. What I like about his storyline within Brave New World is that he wants to live up to the potential of being Captain America, but he wants to hold on to his own identity, have his own fighting style, handle certain situations in a different way than Steve Rogers would have. And I really like that about Sam Wilson. We're getting enough development for him. Anthony Mackie is a really good actor, and he handles all of the emotional scenes very well. He was great as the Falcon in all of the MCU films and the Falcon Winter Soldier series, and now with his own film, he's become a very well-known character in the MCU. He has proven that he is the right person to be Captain America. Despite not having that super soldier serum, he still goes head on to these threats like the Red Hulk. And I find that determination very likable, and what I love about Captain America, Sam Wilson embodies. But coming in first place, Chris Evans. I thought Chris Evans was the right choice right away when they announced him as Captain America. I do remember in the early 2010s that John Krasinski auditioned for the role of Captain America, and they were even considering him. I could not see that at that point in the early 2010s. Maybe now, but I'm so happy that Chris Evans was chosen as Captain America. Seeing that scrawny kid in the beginning of the first Avenger film, and that determination, he's willing to sacrifice his life. He will take on Thanos head on by himself. That is a character that I love. He's my favorite MCU character. He is somebody that will see this large risk and will risk his life for everybody. And he is a natural born leader. He's very strong. It handles all of these situations in the right way. And I thought Civil War was a great way to kind of fully understand his position and everything with the Sokovia Accords alongside Iron Man. And so I like that Civil War was able to add more depth to that character. But even in Infinity War and Endgame, we just see that character grow into that leader, and he's very determined, he's motivated, he cares about protecting people, fighting for the everyday citizen of the world. Captain America is there to protect everybody the best that he could, and Chris Evans handles this role so well. So there you guys have it, all 6 Captain America actors ranked worst to best. How would you rank them? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy.